Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into everything else coming to Delta Force in Season 7 and beyond. In my last video, I covered most of the new season's content, but the recent developer livestream revealed a lot more, and the Chinese version livestream shared even more details that weren't mentioned globally. So in this video, we'll cover all the extras they didn't talk about in the global stream. Before we jump into all the new content, I need to mention something important. First, the game director Shadow explained that the team is focusing on the issues players care about the most, adding fresh gameplay content, improving the game environment with new anti-cheat systems, and long-term ecosystem optimization. While Warfare has been getting at least one new map each season, Operations hasn't received a new map since Season 5, and we won't see another one until at least Season 9, which is a bit worrying. Season 6 gave us the Leali Wildfire event, but it didn't gain much traction, so now Season 7 is introducing the new Zero Dam mode, Sinkpoint. After that, Space City 2.0 is planned for Season 8, releasing in January 2026. They've also shortened each season from 3 months to 2, which is great because those long seasons often lacked content. Since most players spend their time in Zero Dam, this new mode should bring some much-needed variety. With Sinkpoint, the story expands. The Asara guards are attacking multiple Havk facilities, while Saeed has planted explosives to shut down the Zero Dam power grid and stop Havk from rebuilding Skynet. As GTI members, our mission is to defuse these bombs before they trigger a full flood. Saeed is more aggressive than ever, so be extra careful. You'll now find him inside the dam too, just like I mentioned in my previous video. In Space City, both Race and Saeed can spawn near the CEO office, and Raven and Saeed can appear on top of the new Tower of Babel. Back in Zero Dam, even though your goal is to defuse the bombs, the underground areas are already flooded from a pipe breach, so water combat is now part of the experience. I already showed all the new loot locations in my last video, so I won't repeat them here, but one tip: upgrade your diving center before Season 7 drops. It'll save you money and let you dive faster and stay underwater longer. And since the underground passage keycard price might rise after the update, it could be smart to buy a few ahead of time. Now, let's talk about the new flagship task in the Sinkpoint mode. Your job is to defuse multiple bombs scattered around the entire map. You get a full 30 minutes to finish the mission, so there's no need to rush, but don't leave it for the last minute. Once you complete it, 3 airdrops will land in one of 3 fixed areas: cement plant, admin parking lot, or substation. Squads that spawn near the cement plant or visitor center will usually grab the mission first, but remember, you can always eliminate them and steal their ongoing tasks. Next, let's talk about Season 7's seasonal missions required to earn the 3x3 Safebox. If you finished Season 6 missions, you already know they were way harder than expected, even after the revamp. They're easing things up this time by removing the requirement to play hard mode, which means you no longer need to go to prison. Fate contracts were extremely difficult too, and I personally gave up on them until last week when I finally got lucky enough to complete them and unlock the Sub Rosa skin. In Season 7, we'll have more side quests available right at the start, and all remaining side quests will unlock 2 weeks into the season. Most importantly, they reduce the number of missions you need to complete without dying, which is a huge relief. As compensation, we will get up to 20 days of free access to the 3x3 Ultimate Safebox in Season 7. If you fully unlock the Ultimate Safebox in Season 6, you'll receive 21-day Ultimate Safebox access cards plus 4 season mission Spec Ops gear tickets. If you only completed up to Phase 3, you still get 15 days and 3 Spec Ops tickets. Completing Phase 2 rewards you with 10 days and 2 tickets, and even those who only completed Phase 1 will get 5 days and 1 Spec Ops ticket. So no matter where you ended Season 6, you'll have plenty of free Safebox time to finish your missions in Season 7. Now let's move on to version 2 of the Relink neural bands. If you played during Season Genesis, you already know these tech devices created by Dr. Prometheus. Season 7 introduces an upgraded version called the Mystic Neural Device, and it comes in 2 types. Type 1 allows you to loot certain containers twice. Here's how it works. Once you activate the band, you get an extra skill button. Pressing 7 on your keyboard scans a 30-meter radius for containers that have an additional hidden loot layer. Then you have to go near it and start cracking that container for the hidden loot. The band starts with 100% power, and each time you try to crack a container, it drains energy, and there is a chance the cracking attempt might fail. Even if you fail to crack a container, the energy is still consumed, so you'll need a bit of luck here. In the Chinese test server, we could double loot flight cases, premium suitcases, and toolboxes on the first day. Then on the second day, you could only double loot servers, large weapon crates, and tool cabinets. so it seems it refreshes what you can double loot every day. Each time you try to crack flight cases and servers, they drain 33% energy each. Premium suitcases and weapon crates consume 16%, and toolboxes and tool cabinets use only 8%. The scan has a 15-second cooldown and doesn't consume energy. When activated, the band's effect lasts a full 10 minutes. There's a secondary use for this band, which I mentioned in my last video, and just as expected, its duration has been increased. Before, when you scanned a keycard door, it stayed locked for only 1 minute. Now it locks for a full 3 minutes. That means if an enemy opens that door during those 3 minutes, you instantly get an audio cue. They even made it stronger by allowing us to use it on doors that are already open. For example, you can activate it on the door inside the new Tower of Babel after you get in, so you'll know exactly when and where enemies enter. If everyone in your squad brings one, you can technically guard up to 3 doors at once, although the effect only lasts 3 minutes, so it's not that overpowered. It does consume 15% energy per door. Plus, this band also reveals hidden Easter eggs while it's active in the Zero Dam map. Now let's talk about the Neural Band Type 2, which helps you locate hidden treasures. They've updated this one too. You'll now find several types of treasure boxes, including some that give full red tier rewards. All you have to do is activate the band and follow the audio cues until you track the boxes down. The sound gets stronger as you get closer, and you can find multiple boxes in a single run. The band lasts for 5 minutes, and these boxes only appear if you're actively using a band, so nobody can steal them just by wandering around. The only downside is that you can't store them in your safe box. You must extract with them and open them in the lobby, just like the treasure hunt event from last season. Next is something huge if it makes it to global. They're dropping the Tide Prison entry fee from $780,000 to just $247,500 every Friday to Sunday starting November 21st. The crazy part is that they're not lowering the difficulty, which means the loot stays the same. I really hope this comes to global because I know so many of you want to learn the map without losing a massive amount of money. And honestly, if you survive and loot for about 5 minutes, you can easily recover more than your entry value. Just make sure you have a bigger safe box because escaping the prison is no walk in the park. It will definitely take some practice, and if the cheater situation gets resolved to some extent with the new anti-cheat upgrade, we might be able to enjoy the prison map at last. Next, we're getting 6 new zones in Hotzone mode, including maps like Brakesh and Tide Prison, and we'll finally have a map selector so you can opt out of the ones you don't want to play. We also have some fresh intel on the progress of Space City 2.0. It's expected to launch in January 2026 alongside the Season 8 update, and it will include a brand new boss just like they teased earlier. One of the biggest issues in Space City has been bridge camping, so they're adjusting the new version to reduce that problem by adding a new dock area. This gives players an extra path to reach the bridge and counter anyone locking it down. They're also redesigning the CEO office area because the current layout is extremely cramped, and with all the newly added operators, it's getting harder to maintain the tactical flow the game is supposed to have. To fix this, they're widening the corridors on both sides between Black Chamber and Centrifuge, reworking the entire staircase layout, and expanding the CEO office entrance. This is a great change because some players abuse Tempest and Uluru on those tight bridge setups, and those fights can drag on forever unless a third party shows up. On top of that, you'll finally be able to swim in Space City's water areas. There are limits to how far you can go, but at least you won't fall into water and lose your entire loot anymore. You'll be able to swim across the central bridge area and the new dock area too. They clarified that you won't be able to swim from the outer zones into the core, so access keycards like the Eastern Suspension Bridge will still be useful. That's all for Space City 2.0. Now I need to jump back to the new ammo types, even though I already covered them in my previous video. They've decided not to bring the 4.6 by 30mm red ammo for the MP7 and MK4 to the game. This was likely based on test server feedback, and honestly, it didn't need to exist anyway. They've also removed the new purple 5.8 by 42mm ammo type that caused the dizziness effect, since they confirmed we're only getting 4 new ammo types. I won't go into detail here because I've already broken them down before. Next, we have some adjustments to the new consumables. The IFF Jammer, which lowers AI bot alert levels and lets you slip past them safely, has had its duration cut from 3 minutes to just 45 seconds. They also changed the function of the new equipment supply crate. It now reduces ultimate cooldowns like this. Uluru, Shepard, and Tempest get a 15% cooldown reduction. Stinger instantly receives 2 rounds for his Hive Tech pistol, and every other operator gets a 20% cooldown reduction. With this update, the crate has become one of the least useful consumables even before release, because during testing it actually restored your tactical equipment, and now that benefit is gone. We also have a small tweak to the halved brain fluid superbody injector. It now works the same way as Nox's passive in Warfare, or the high alert perk from Call of Duty. When an enemy aims at you, the edge of your screen glows in that direction. You can only get this injector from bosses and special units, and since it can't be extracted, you must use it in the same match. And its effect lasts for 3 minutes. Next is the Halved Brain Pain Reliever. This one grants 4 minutes of pain relief and suppresses the penalty that reduces your maximum health after injuries. That means you can fully heal back to 100% even with broken arms or legs, without needing to bandage first. There's no mention of suppressing the 20 HP reduction you get after being revived in the final Chinese patch notes, so they may have removed that feature. Just like the previous item, this injector only drops from bosses and special units. Now let's jump into some Warfare updates. As you know, the new desert map Monument is coming in Season 7, and it's the first map they've built using photogrammetry technology, so we can expect more detailed environments than on the older maps. They're also adding jets to Trainwreck and to Monument at launch, with plans to bring jets to trench lines in the January update. There are some general vehicle handling optimizations coming too, and I'll go deeper into those when we break down the full patch notes in the next video. On top of that, Fault and Monument have been added to TDM mode, and modes like Air Superiority and Hill of Iron are returning. Victory Unite mode is also getting improvements. Commanders will find it smoother to manage their teams, and the role selection system has been upgraded. Players can now assign and change their roles individually, and teams can even designate their own captain. There are a lot of map, vehicle, weapon, and operator balance changes to talk about as well, so stay tuned for that in the next video. Now for the new anti-cheat measures coming in Season 7. The new system is called Data Key, and it encrypts the underlying data that cheat software usually reads. One of its main functions is hiding ground loot behind locked doors, so the game won't send that information to the client. This prevents wall hacks from showing rare loot through walls. It's not the biggest issue the community is facing right now, but it's good to see progress. But there's another interesting use. According to the officials, Data Key can also hide and encrypt enemy coordination data so cheats won't be able to reveal other players' locations. I'm a bit skeptical about that part because cheat developers usually find workarounds, and without ESP their software becomes useless, so they'll definitely try to adapt. Still, it's good to see the Delta Force team working to patch these weaknesses in the anti-cheat system. They've also upgraded the replay system used to detect cheaters, and they estimate it will help them catch cheaters not only more accurately, but also 60 to 70% faster than before. Since full mouse and keyboard support is coming to consoles, they're strengthening the console-side anti-cheat as well. This will block macros, scripts, modified controllers, and unauthorized keyboard and mouse adapters more accurately. If you choose to play on console with a keyboard and mouse, your crossplay settings will automatically turned on to keep the game fair. And here's the big news for controller players. If you're playing on a controller, you'll now only be matched with other console players who are also using controllers, whether you're on PS5 or Xbox. And of course, there will be no aim assist if you use mouse and keyboard on console. Since we're already talking about consoles, here are some improvements coming your way. One of the best additions is Auto Loot, which lets you speed up looting and even set a minimum value threshold. This is going to be a lifesaver in operations mode. Next, we got a small preview of what's coming to Delta Force in 2026. Space City 2.0 and the long-awaited Play as Saeed mode are both arriving in January 2026. A new operations map, Nuclear Power Plant, is also in development for a later season, though they didn't reveal when. They're also working on a big package of quality-of-life upgrades for operations. This includes new social features, an expanded collection room, more item inspections, and much more. For Warfare fans, they revealed 3 new maps planned for 2026. The first one was mentioned last season and will feature an Earthquake-style experience. The second map takes place on a partially destroyed ship. The third has a gritty urban warfare vibe, so let's hope Delta Force keeps this momentum going and delivers some amazing content. Before wrapping up, let's go over the new cosmetics in Season 7. You've probably seen these already, so I'll keep it short and highlight the key details. The new Mandelbrick weapon skin is for the AS Val, and the KC-17, Ash 12, and PTR-32 are getting new Epic Deluxe skins as optional rewards. Mandelbricks from this season will still drop at a low rate, but older bricks from Season 5 and earlier will drop at an extremely low rate, making them more valuable. So if you're planning to sell older bricks for Delta tickets, it might be smart to hold on to them for now. We're also getting a new melee weapon, Adage, for 5,200 Delta tickets, along with legendary skins for the P90 and the SR25. I'm not sure if we'll get them as a draw like in Season 6, because the Chinese version is getting them as a bundle, but even if it's a draw, the price should be the same. I'll make a full video covering all the stats once it releases on the Chinese version in a couple of days. Lastly, we're getting a new Turbrick charm collection called Jungle Bash. Nothing too special, but here's the important part. Once the Season 7 update drops, you will no longer be able to buy Season 6 Turbricks. So if you still want a charm from the Season 6 set, now's the time to burn through some of your Technic alloys. We're also getting a legendary Luna skin as the Tier 80 reward in the Season 7 Battle Pass. I'll showcase all the rewards in detail once they go live on the Chinese version. The global test server is also launching on the same day, so stay tuned for that. Now here's something I'm genuinely excited about, the Metal Gear Solid Collab. The event starts on December 19th, and the legendary Nox Operator skin drops on January 1st, 2026. We'll have themed charms, special loot boxes, MGS-style supply crates, and even a free collab weapon skin you can claim during the event. We're also getting several Christmas events in December. One of them includes limited-time figurines you can find in Operations, and yes, they finally turned that apple meme into an actual item. You'll be able to loot the new Peace Apple, which increases your chances of finding red items in Ops. The season will feature multiple smaller events too, including the return of the drink recipe event from a few seasons ago. You can craft drinks and use them in Operations for a variety of buffs, including injector-type effects and some unique bonuses. And lastly, they're adding a new exclusive 1x3 red item resembling the Delta Force Invitational Cup. It's worth 2 million alloys, comes with a sleek inspection animation, and can only be found in Zero Dam, Space City, and Brakesh. That's everything for this video. I'll be back soon with another breakdown once the global patch notes drop. We also have the Chinese version's seasonal mission list already available, and it should be very similar to global. If you want a video covering that, let me know in the comments. So until then, take care and happy gaming.